Good morning. It's great to be here. Thank you for having me. I want to start with a little thought experiment. So please indulge me. Please close your eyes and think of a very successful person. Okay, so now my question is, and you may raise your hand, how many of you saw yourself? Okay, great. Clearly not everyone. Right? So this is pretty much the kind of numbers that I get when I do this work of helping people become successful. For a long time, I didn't think of myself as successful either. I knew I wasn't a failure, I wasn't a loser, I was privileged, I had a lot of things to be grateful for, but I was not really very successful. I would meet people who always I felt were more successful than me. I seemed to fall short. And during the course of these many years, I have studied and I have helped people to be successful. So I'm happy to share my own journey and what I have learned. You know, we get our definitions of success and failure from a very early age from the world around us. During childhood, success means usually doing well in school, right? Passing your exams, winning your extracurricular activities. So as a child, I felt that if I was smart and good, I got praise, I got validation. Success meant winning the approval, usually of your parents. As a teenager, things shifted a little. Parents were no longer as important as the peer group. And when I was in school, it was very important not only to be smart and good, but also popular. So when I didn't get invited to a party, when somebody I liked didn't like me, when I broke out in pimples, I felt like a failure. In my 20s, I was sure that I wanted to have a successful career and a family. In fact, I wanted those two big markers of success, fame and fortune. The problem was I had no idea how to go about getting it. And I didn't have a great talent. I didn't have this amazing passion. So I did business management. Sorry, apologies to all those who did business management here, but that's what I did. I knew at least I would get a good job. And I did get a very coveted job. I joined Citibank as a banker. I made good money. I got a very nice apartment. I went abroad for training programs. And then I married my classmate. I felt I had checked off all the boxes of success. I had won the approval of the world around me. But it didn't last long. After a couple of years, I felt I wasn't doing really well. I was bored, I was frustrated, I didn't seem to be growing in my career. I knew I didn't want to do this for the rest of my life, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I just took a leap of faith. I quit my job in the bank after about 4 years, and I joined a completely unknown company called Achieve Global, which was doing training and development. I joined as the general manager, responsible for setting up the office and getting new business and training people. And I was sure most of the people who thought I was a successful banker now thought I was quite crazy. But I worked hard, I built the business, I sourced new clients, and I got into the training room and I started teaching and training people. And I found I was good at it. I enjoyed the whole process of being in a training room, imparting knowledge, learning myself. I found something that made me happy. And after some time, I got another marker of success. My daughter was born, and my husband and I were very happy to welcome her. And I thought I would have it all. I would have this career, which I started enjoying, and I would be, of course, a great mother and have a wonderful family life. But it didn't quite work out that way. I really struggled to manage. I didn't have a support system. And when my baby daughter was 8 months old, she fell really sick. And then I just threw up my hands and I quit. So from being a successful general manager running a company, I became, well, a nobody. At least that's what I thought, with nothing. I felt like a failure. I had wasted my education. I wasn't living up to the qualities of feminism and economic independence that I espoused. And on many days, I felt really down. But this break gave me the very precious gift of time spent with my daughter. It also connected me to a very old love. Writing, not anything else. I used to love writing as a kid. I wrote a lot of little poems. And I started writing and publishing little stories and articles. And I liked it. I took up some small projects as a consultant. And I found I loved the autonomy, freedom, and flexibility of being a freelancer. It really worked. I had lost a career, but I found myself. And I haven't had a full-time job for the last 22 years. It's pretty long. I have written 4 books, 2 novels based on my own life experiences, best-selling novels. They were published quite a few years ago. 2 works of nonfiction, a book called Powerful for Women and The Nurturing Quotient, which I co-authored with my husband, just released in June. So I call myself an author now. I've also helped, supported over 35,000 people as a leadership coach and a facilitator through my company, and made a pretty good living out of it as well. I have helped to co-found and set up with my family a nonprofit called My Daughter's Precious. And through that, we provide scholarships and mentorships for girls from underserved families to complete their graduation, become confident and career ready. And it's been 7 years when we have helped close to 100 girls complete college. I've also traveled to close to 50 countries. It's been an amazing experience. I've gone up in a hot air balloon over the River Nile. I have gone snorkeling at the Great Barrier Reef. I have climbed the rugged mountains in Ladakh, crawled underground through the Cu Chi tunnels in Vietnam, and had a great time doing all of it. I've also spent a whole day doing nothing, just hanging out on the beach with my girlfriends. I have spent days trying to be comfortable doing nothing as well. I have learned a lot. I've learned yoga. I have learned a little bit of golf, though I haven't taken it up. I learned salsa dancing. I learned tarot card reading, and now I'm learning French. Mostly, I learned to see myself as successful. I still have those days of frustration, anger, irritation, self-doubt. There are days when I wonder, what am I doing now? Is this all really worth it? Shouldn't I be doing something else? But at a very core, fundamental level, I do feel I am leading a powerful life. That's the name of the organization I run as well, Powerfulife Solutions. And through the work that I've done, enabling many people to be successful, I have found my purpose, which is to lead a powerful life and to help other people live their full potential and lead powerful lives as well. So through this work, through the research for the last 2 books, and my own lived experiences, I have found my formula for success. And I've also learned that there is no one universal formula for success. It's not just fame, fortune, power, resilience, grit. Each person has to find their own successful recipe, which makes them lead a powerful life. And here is the one that works for me. Okay. It's ONE, O-N-E. And these are the 3 things that I've learned, and this is what I help other people also imbibe and learn. Own your own strengths and values. Each of us is an amazing, unique blend of qualities, values, beliefs, and traits. And we can't expect everybody to have the same journey. And I was not a good banker, but I am a pretty good coach and a facilitator. I know I'm not motivated by monetary rewards, but mastery. And working with my strengths and honoring my values helps me to find both flow as well as fulfillment. I work hard at it, but not just to achieve something, but to be the best version of myself. And I've learned that success is living in alignment to your strengths and your values. Nurture yourself and others. There are always going to be setbacks and failures. And the markers of success are going to change. Right? What I saw as success in school is no longer what I see as success much after school in my 50s. And the journey is going to be a roller coaster ride. And what were the things that helped me to get up and get back after the times I felt like a failure? It was my own mindset, a positive outlook. It was my sense of purpose. It was actually my daily fitness and exercise regime. And it was the support of the family and friends and people around me. And that comes from nurturing. Right? So investing in ourselves and others gives us the best returns. And there's no point in having a fat bank balance if you don't have people you can bank on. Right? So I still am a bit of a banker. And therefore, nurturing ourselves and others becomes a way of life. What does this look like? We need to nourish our bodies to stay healthy and fit to do whatever we want. We need to sharpen our minds to stay relevant and agile. We need to open our hearts to stay connected to people. And we need to enrich our soul by enabling and living our purpose. And this nurturing is what builds resilience. It is what enables recovery from those times of failure. So if we are able to nurture ourselves consistently, constantly, nurture and support the people around us, we are going to be successful. The third, E, eradicate comparisons. So this constant comparison of ourselves to others is a disease. And it eats away at our own self, eats away at our sense of self-esteem and self-worth. And, I have also been infected by this, still have little bouts of it. It's like the seasonal flu in Delhi. It comes and goes. But I know now that there is always going to be somebody who is smarter, prettier, nicer, healthier, and wealthier than me. There is always going to be someone who has something that I lack and long for. And it is perfectly okay. It is a mixture of jealousy, envy, and a fixed mindset that is deadly. So now I've learned how to deal with this sense of comparison. Instead of looking at other people and saying, how did that person get a promotion? Why is she like this when I can't be? Or feeling bad when you compare yourself to somebody, can we say, hey, good for you. I'm also doing okay. Or what can I learn from that person? Or what is my envy telling me about what I really want to do? So I've learned that we need to inoculate ourselves with a dose of inspiration and self-acceptance so that we get immunity from this disease of constant comparison. So that is my one formula to lead a powerful life. And now I've come to believe that a powerful life is a life where I am living my own strengths and values on my terms. It is a life where I am learning to be and to do with joy, grace, compassion, a little sense of humor, A life where I have learned to look at success as a series of wonderful moments to be experienced rather than a set of milestones to be achieved. I hope you find your one formula for success and chart your path to a powerful life. Thank you so much.